it. You know,
Yes.
I appreciate that. You looking good.
Thank you.
Jeez.
So do you. Thank you for having
wow,
me.
You got me messing up my question. So, all right. So, now. So.
Stop it.
So, did you do
don't
your
have
own
me
makeup?
blushing all live.
No, it's all good. You know,
I'll allow it.
Did you do your makeup or did somebody else do it?
I literally just did this like 10 minutes ago. Like,
Oh,
I literally just slapped it on like 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So wow. Like I said, I'm glad you was able to make it. Let me just give the people introduction to who you are. Okay. You have been a makeup artist for 15 years.
Yep.
Beauty educator, beauty coach, mentor, hair and makeup designer, which I didn't know. A mental health advocate, a photographer, sales, and education specialist for the Nissa Myrick Beauty, a mother of 6, and some of you guys probably seen some of her work on Black Ink Crew New York City, Love and Hip Hop New York City, The Lion King on Broadway, and more. So let's just give it up for the beautiful, awesome Anais J Beauty, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes. I gotta show you some love.
I appreciate it.
Definitely gotta show you some love. No doubt. So, you know, on my platform, right? We cover all different types of topics, right? We cover relationships, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, fitness, culture, and also mental health, right?
Yes.
So this is a 2-part question, all right?
Okay.
So as a mental health advocate, right? Let's talk about the importance. Let's talk about the importance of mental health in the world of cosmetology, and how often do you find yourself playing a therapeutic role for your clients?
Whew. Let me tell you, first of all, not only am I an advocate, I am someone who struggles with mental health as well. I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder type 1. I am also being diagnosed with adult autism and ADHD.
Okay.
So I definitely understand it from both perspectives as someone who has dealt with it and as someone who gets to have people in the chair who just open up during those times. And for me, I feel like, especially now, in these times of social media, the artist plays such a huge role in how the client now sees themselves.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of times as an artist, I can definitely say in the past, I made it all about the makeup itself, not really understanding how much some people were so dependent on it. Like if they didn't have a beat face, you know, they didn't feel like like their best selves. But being able to empower and impact someone before I ever pick up my brush is like the biggest aspect, and letting that person know, hey, you're beautiful even if we don't put any of this on, you know, getting to really understand what that person is feeling, what's going through their head, and how can I take this hour that I have with them and impact them and shift their world for the better. So I am a huge, I see all of my group members are here. Hey, D Kiss and Makeup. They will tell you that I am really big on that. Like even with them, I have a Facebook group with over 10,000 people in there. And I do check-ins, ask them every single day I go live. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Who needs help? Who needs prayer? Like I'm really big on it because I don't have this tattoo for no reason. A semicolon that says my story isn't over. I've been there, so I get it, and I try my best to just do the best that I can to help people's lives just change for the better.
Wow, that's important. I applaud you for that. I applaud you for that. So, what would you tell a minor who loves makeup, but you know their parents won't allow them to wear makeup?
Very good question. Like you mentioned, I am a mom of 6, and 5 of those 6 kids, y'all, are girls. My first 5 children are girls. Woo! And yeah, y'all praying? I don't think y'all praying. So my oldest daughter isn't really into makeup like that, but my 11-year-old, that's the Beyonce of the group. She definitely is she's the diva, you know.
Yeah.
And I am, I'm the new mom who is just like, yeah, you can wear makeup. It's not a big deal. My mama is old school. My mom is 66. She's just like, she ain't wearing no daggone makeup. But I do feel like now things have changed so much in the sense where makeup is not what it once was. Like before, back in the day, you didn't really hear people talk about makeup much. That's what our aunties did when they was going to the club, 40 club, that kind of thing. Yeah. But now it's like everyone checks the credits to see who the makeup artist was. And I feel like now in the age of clean beauty, it gives people like my daughter the opportunity to experiment and experience makeup without having to deal with like harsh chemicals. A lot of brands now are going more like cruelty, vegan type of going on that kind of route. And I am all for it. I feel like this is the perfect time for children to experiment and to really tap into their creative side. And we need to look at it as creativity and not like kids just trying to be grown. Like, it's makeup. It's fun. It washes off. It's not a big deal to me.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So for a child whose parent is like, listen, you can't wear makeup. There's alternatives. You're saying that there's like alternatives to upgrading their face or making them feel like they have makeup on?
Huh?
Making them feel like they have makeup. Is there something else that they can do? Like.
Makeup is makeup. Listen, I just saw a video on Facebook the other day with this girl in jail who took cocoa powder, like hot chocolate and water, and mixed it and made a foundation. So makeup is what you want it to be. It doesn't have to be, because you go into Sephora or Ulta. But I feel like a lot of kids will experiment like watercolors and face paints. And it's the artistry that I'm looking at. I'm not too big on, worried about that other stuff. Like, go ahead and paint your face. Wash it off when you're done and clean my sheets. But go ahead and play with it. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me turn the air. My makeup is coming. Is melting. 1 second.
My makeup is melting as well. I appreciate my fam for popping in. I really, really appreciate y'all. Y'all.
Yeah. Yo, you got. I gotta join that Facebook
I love
group.
that.
That's lit.
Listen, come on over.
I gotta see what y'all talking about over there.
Everything. Color theory.
It's not just. I see. It's not just makeup.
No.
That's good. All right. So, what advice would you give someone who can't leave the house without makeup?
Oh, dang. That's tough. And the reason why I say that is because it doesn't matter how much you tell a person they're beautiful, how they perceive themselves is just the end all be all. And, even as a makeup artist, and I've been in this industry for so long, I'm thankful that I've never been someone who's felt the need to have it. But my advice to someone who felt the need to like not leave the house without it is ask yourself, why do you not like who you are? Like, without all of that, why do you think you're not enough? Like, that would be my number one question. And that's not to be malicious. It really would be to get inside of, their heads to see what they're seeing. I've noticed now that a lot of people don't even want to put pictures up on social media unless they done ran it through Face app 5 times and, gone through Facetune and ran it through Photoshop. And by the time they put the picture up, you have no idea who this person is anymore. And I think it's really sad that we're in a place now where we don't want to see ourselves the way we look all the time. The way we see you in Target aisle 3 getting pancake syrup. Like, you don't look like Hollywood filter level 5, like the way you look on social media. So I really would love to like ask that question just to get an insight of, why do you feel this way? Why do you feel you can't walk out of the house just being your authentic self?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Well, that goes back to mental health. It
exactly. Could. Yeah. Possibly. A lot of things are like trauma responses.
Possibly. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what inspires you to be a makeup artist?
Let me tell you a funny story, right? So I was that girl who, believe it or not, I was a tomboy. I used to do contracting. I could fix, hardwood floors and put cabinets up. That was my thing. I come picture a whole house. I used to work in Victoria's Secret. I was a bra specialist. I measured titties all day. That was my job. I was a proud bra specialist. I was cool with it.
Yeah.
And one day they said to me, Anais, we need you to go downstairs to beauty. You know, so-and-so didn't show up to work today. I was like, y'all, I'm still rocking black eyeliner, black lip liner, and gold Oh Baby lip gloss from MAC. I don't know nothing about the beauty department. That was 2008. Mm-hmm. I never left the department since then.
Wow.
I never left. It's like people came up to me and were asking me questions. I don't know how, but I knew the answers and I knew them well. And I just kept going. And for the record, I have never gone to like school for makeup at all. I have not gone to school to be an esthetician or a cosmetologist. I am completely self-taught. So to go from that to this is like really funny. When I go back to like reunions and stuff, they're like, who would have thought you would have been an MUA? So yeah.
Wow. So I mean, so what did you do? What did you do to get you to that level, to where you at right now? You said you didn't go to school for it. Was it word of mouth? Like, what was it, a specific client or a post?
It was perseverance. It literally was just a matter of realizing that my talent always was in my hands. Anything I touch, and it's not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Like whatever I touch, it turns to gold. And when I really decided that I was going to take makeup seriously, that was 2010. I started off in beauty in 2008 in Victoria's Secret, but my real first cosmetic jobs was working at Dwayne Reed Look Boutique in 2010, right after I had my first daughter. In between that time, I was freelancing and working on my own, charging $25 for a face, $15 specials, bring your own lashes. Ghetto, don't do that. 1 star, do not recommend. And I went from that to working. I left Look Boutique, and then from there, I was freelancing on my own for a while. And then I went to MAC. And I feel like once I started working at MAC is when I really started to get my foot in the door in like, you know, fashion and TV, film, that type of thing. But I was at MAC for maybe a year and a half. It was the best year and a half. And that's where I got the majority of my training, where I learned about proper sanitation techniques and color theory and how, you know, to make foundation shades from your primary colors. Like that's where I got the bulk of my training. And then eventually, you know, as time went on, I made personal investments with other makeup artists that I aspired to be, like Sam Fine, Rennie Vasquez, the late AJ Crimson. So I invested thousands of dollars in one-on-ones, and that's how I got here. I don't ever stop learning. Not ever.
At MAC. You working at MAC, did that help like your networking process? Did that help you?
Yeah. Actually, so I got hired at MAC. I never even applied for the job. I never thought I would have been good enough to get in at MAC. So I was like, well, let me at least go to Lancome because they're going to take me. Lancome going to take me. And I went to Lancome. I did the interview and I got hired on the spot. So I was like, yes, I'm going to MAC counter and I'm going to get me a Lady Danger lipstick to celebrate. And I woke up to the counter and the girl goes, I know who you are. At that time, my business name was Unique Beauty. She was like, you're Unique Beauty. I was like, how do you know me? She was like, I follow you on YouTube and you just did a review on Ruby Woo versus Riri Woo. I was like, oh, you follow me for real? She was like, I'm going to get my manager right now because we've been talking about you. And that's how I got my job at MAC.
Wow.
Yeah, my life is a Tubi movie directed by Craigslist. I keep telling y'all this all the time.
You plan on writing a book?
I'm in the works of it now. Yeah.
Okay. Can you remember what your first makeup appointment was? Like what was that experience like?
My first paid makeup appointment was from my home.
Paid, not free, paid.
Yep, my first paid one.
The
free ones, I had a lot of those. But the first paid one, I want to say I got a whole like $35, and you couldn't tell me nothing. It was my homegirl Tia. She is still my client up to this day. She had a clothing boutique around the corner from my house, and my mom used to babysit her son, so we were really connected. We went to high school together, and she had the anniversary of her boutique opening up that Saturday. It was coming up a couple years ago, and she was like, can you do my face for me? And I remember, her face looked decent for like back then, but now I'd be like, yo, y'all paid me to play on y'all face. Why would you do that? She had all this blue eyeshadow and bright pink lip, but she loved it. And that was my first paid gig. And she stuck with me from then up until now. So shout outs to you, Tia.
Wow. So that really helped your confidence.
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, you know, of course, I was doing some research on your page and following you and stuff like that. So why isn't diversity a priority on production sets for makeup artists?
This is me just,
I'm
over it. I am so over it. That is an excellent question. And I wish I knew, because I'd be ready to throw hands when I hear these stories about people of color who just are always done dirty. What I will say is the level of comfortability and peace that I sense when I walk into a set that is predominantly people of color. I could put my foundation away. Oh, I don't gotta do my own, but girl, we don't gotta do our own face today. And you know, to the average person, that would make them feel good, because now you get in the big head like, oh yeah, I'm the HBIC in charge and I'm here now. But for me, it's like, this is really sad that in the year of our Lord and Savior 2023, we still are out here fighting, like looking like all my life I had to fight, because we have artists who are in these spaces who don't consider people who are melanated and look like me, and foundations are not as white as snow. So I feel like it's my duty to be well-rounded as an artist overall, not only being able to cater to those with skin who looks like mine, but to anyone who sits in my chair, whether you be of a neutral undertone or a pink or olive. I need to be able to make everyone feel like they matter. This is an all lives matter type of situation right here. But I feel like in these spaces on TV and film, we are not necessarily trying to choose my words, but at certain times I don't feel like we're welcomed. And it's not because we are not equipped, but because sometimes we are so equipped that we intimidate the others that are in the room and in those spaces as well. So we are always kind of made to have to play small, or we're giving the most small tasks to do, or you can do touch-ups, but she would be the key anyway. You just assist her. And I'm just looking like, y'all don't find this suspicious? Like, y'all don't see what I see? Y'all okay with this? So, you know, I get a little concerned, but again, when I get invited into those spaces, I'm just like, okay, my people here, they happy I'm here. We about to have a good day. But, you know, it's sad that it even has to still be like this.
Let me ask you a question. Like, have you ever worked on like a Tyler Perry set?
No, that is on my vision board. I'm hoping that happens by 2025, because I put dates and deadlines, honey.
We're gonna put that out there.
Absolutely.
Right? We're gonna put that out there. So did you struggle at let me see. So when you got to a certain point in your career, right, where you had to change your rates, did you struggle like with the communication with your clients and things of that nature? Like, did you get like pushback, or did you lose clients? Like, what was that transitional stage? I know you wasn't charging $35 for a long time. So yeah.
When I first started, like I told you, I was running $10 specials, $35 specials, and I stayed booked. When I tell you my house was like a revolving door, I would have clients going out and they would be calling like, I'm coming up. I'm like, so-and-so's coming out. Let them in as you go out. I was booked, busy, and broke. I was so broke. And I had to sit down and realize, if you're going to take this industry serious as your career, you cannot treat it as a hobby. You can't survive on $35. Like, how are you going to pay overhead fees? And this is before I even like really knew all that went into the business. Did I lose clients? Hell yeah. I mean, got ghosted like Casper. They was just like chucking up the deuces at me. But what I realize now is I don't have as much clients, but I make more money. So I get to do less work and still stack the coins. And I love that for me. And to any artist who is out there, you know, questioning whether or not what you're charging is enough, if you have to ask yourself that question, you're not charging enough. when I sit down and I talk to any artist about setting rates, my question is always, what is it going to cost you at the end of the month to sustain your business? That includes where you rent, wherever you perform your services, whether it be, your home, because that's a tax write-off, or if you're, renting out a suite, what is your Wi-Fi looking at? How much is your phone bill? What kind of apps are you paying for? How much are your utilities? Like, how much is your car note, because you're using that to get back and forth. Like, those are all business expenses. And if you think that charging $35, $50, $80 is going to do it, when you calculate how much people you're going to have to do at that low rate just to break even, not even see a profit, just to break even, I promise you will start to look at your business so differently. You're going to get some pushback, but the industry standard from, like, I want to say 2020 started at what, y'all? $150. That was the minimum that an MUA should be charging. But we still have artists who are out here charging $75 because in their mind, if I go lower than the person the next town over, I can get all their clients. But yeah, you got to do 10 times more clients than them just to make what they make. Doesn't make any sense. Charge your worth and add tax.
Okay, so I want to let all the people know who are just coming on that this full interview will only be on my page until tomorrow. It may only be until tomorrow. Because after this live, I may decide just to put it right to my YouTube channel, and that's probably what will happen.
Okay.
So make sure, if you didn't catch this full interview, go to the link in my bio, and you can see the Big Picture Podcast YouTube link on there. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment, share. Yeah, the people, they love you. They love you. They love you.
I love
Keep the comments coming in. Keep the questions coming in. If you have any questions, you can put them in the question box. If the question box doesn't work, then you can just shoot them on the comments. And, if we have some time, we'll get to them. So what was it like working on the Lion King set on Broadway?
So I did Beetlejuice. I worked on Lion King for their 25th anniversary commercial. And that was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. But I did work on the full set for Beetlejuice, and that was one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had. I never saw myself ever being like a Broadway MUA, because I don't think that my mind ever fathomed that was something that could happen. But having that opportunity, you guys know that show closed down January 8th of this year. But it was like the absolute best experience. It gave me such discipline and an appreciation for like the arts overall, because again, we see me usually working in like the TV film type of element. So to go from that to theater was like a drastic difference. But it was really one of the greatest experiences that I've ever had, as far as like helping me understand discipline, because the show was redundant. Like, he had 5 changes in one show. So we would start off, 2 hours before doing makeup, and I did makeup for the principal character for Beetlejuice. And we would start with him, and then throughout the show, I would have 30 seconds to change beard makeup, ooze, mustache, like whole costumes. So it was like the hustle and bustle of it was everything. I missed the adrenaline rush. That was like one of the greatest experiences in my entire career.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I ain't going front. What really drove me to your page was when you did makeup for New Edition. That was me.
Let me tell you how I manifested that.
Huh?
Let me tell you how I manifested that. Okay. And the people on here will tell you I am big on manifestation. There's nothing that I speak that I have never seen come to fruition. Like, real talk. Okay. Just earlier that day, I was at Beetlejuice. I was at work. It was maybe like 10:30 going on to 11 o'clock. Earlier that day, there was a post going around on Facebook that was viral, or Instagram actually, that was like, name your top favorite groups and this, that, and the third. So I had put, it was like, name your favorite boy group. I was like, well, New Edition, and I'm going to do their makeup one day. That was maybe like 12 noon. By 11 p.m. that night, I got a phone call. I'm at work cleaning brushes. I get a phone call like, hey, this is so-and-so. Are you available tomorrow to be on set? I was like, sure. Who's it for? That's like New Edition. I was like, please get off my line. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop. I'm gonna throw hands right now. What you talking about? They was like, no, this is for a new edition. I screenshot and I was like, I literally just posted this in my stories just a few hours ago that I was gonna do their makeup. So that was like a dream come true. For those of you who don't know, I sing as well. So I got to sing with me and Johnny got to sing together. I'm sorry nobody recorded it, but it was like, it was such a dope experience. They are so down to earth. Yeah, it was crazy. So dope.
That's crazy because I was just about to ask you, like, you sing? Like, you sound like you got a voice a little bit.
I used to sing. What they don't tell you after you have kids is that vocal range be do-do-do-do-do.
Wow.
It drops. So
I'm gonna have to edit my intro and say singer too.
Well, I don't sing anymore, so it's okay.
So you know, you talked briefly about the working with New Edition. So talk about the manifestation that you put out there for when you said you wanted to have a certain number of celebrities or have a certain number of clients on a retainer.
Yeah.
What was that process like?
Yeah. So I am big on vision boards. All my friends will tell you every quarter, every year, every month, every week. I'm like, have you got to set your goals? Have you written them down? Don't keep them here because it remains a thought. Put it on paper so it becomes a plan.
Yeah.
And my little composition notebook here, I have plenty of them. And I write down anything that I'm just like, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm believing. And I put it in here. And I definitely was writing one day, and there's a couple of things that I manifested. I want to say this was 2016. I had wrote on Facebook, by this time next year, I'm going to be one of the MUAs on Love and Hip Hop New York. And to the date, 9/11/17 was my first day working on Love and Hip Hop. Same thing with the New Edition, manifested that. Help me again, because I forgot my question. Give me the latter part again.
Oh yeah, no, you give a certain number of celebrities and clients on a retainer.
Yes.
Okay.
So I had wrote down in this book September 28th of this year that I wanted to have 3 celebrities on retainer by the end of 2024.
Gotcha.
Why I got them all by the next week. I can't reveal who they are as of yet, but I literally got all 3 of them by the following week. And this is
wow, God is good.
I'm just like, you got to write things down. You got to believe, like when you keep it in your mind, it's like you're saying, all right, I believe it enough for it to remain up here, because in your mind, you can go as far as you want. And it can just be, this adverse reality that you've created that doesn't really exist. But when you put it on paper now, it's just like, all right, every time you flip that page is like, when you gonna get back to me? When you gonna believe enough for this to come true? And the fact that 1 week later, I had 3 people in my emails like, I need you for a fact. Before I could leave set, they was like, how can I get you? What I got to pay? Who this for? Who I got to get this to? Like, to have that experience is like, why do you trust me so much, Big G? Like, how do you trust me this much to believe that I could do what I said I was going to do in 1 week?
Wow.
Best thing.
Awesome. Okay. So why did you change your branding name from Anais J to Anais Beauty, Anais J Beauty?
All right, I'm happy you asked that. So I get to finally talk about this publicly. So as many of you know, I was married for 11 years. I was with my ex for 17 years. And Annabelle was a nickname that he had given me. So my first name is Anais. His last name is Belgrave. So you put it together as Annabelle. Unfortunately, I am going through a very messy situation with the separation. So in order to disconnect from what was once was, it was time to just be out with the old and in with the new. And Anais was a dope name. That was a name that I ran from because my dad was Panamanian in Beijing, and it was always the you too black to be a Spanish girl type of thing. So it was always like I shied away from my name because I didn't look like what the average Afro-Latina would look like. And I am now learning to embrace my name. So being able to shed the name Annabelle that was once a part of my old identity and really embracing the fact that I am Anais J Beauty and I walk in that 1000%.
Major. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. That's what's up. All right, so for the people who are on here who are not part of your Facebook group, can you just let them know what they're missing and how they can be a part of it? Is it free? Is it 99 cents, $2.99?
Nope. Listen, and one thing I don't do is gatekeep. Anybody who knows me knows I am someone that will give it all away if you let me. So if you would love to join my makeup group, please feel free to send a request to join. It is the THEE letter N apostrophe kiss. No, the kiss letter N apostrophe makeup. The Kiss and Makeup. We do everything from, we have challenges. We talk about everything from color theory to how to do business contracts, to how to file your taxes, to how to design skin. Whatever you could possibly think of, we've talked about it. This group is about seven years old, and we've had people who've gone from banking and going full-time MUA, people who never touched makeup before and now being, you know, on set in Paris and doing fashion shows. So we are really a group that, look, all my people, y'all better come through. We're a big family. I'm like, they call me mama, they call me mother, but those are my babies. I will take care of all 10,000 of my babies, I promise you. So if you want to, please feel free to join our group.
Dude, I'm about to join that joint, B.
That's fine. Listen, some of my homeboys, and they're like, I don't even know why I'm in here, but first of all, the baddies is fire. I'm like, stop playing with me.
Man, I want to, you know, I'm trying to get some information.
Fine. But we share a lot. There's a lot of people in the group who know nothing about makeup, who are not even in the industry. We don't like stop you if you're like not in the industry. If you just have an interest of makeup, that's all that matters. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah, now a brother like me, I'm joining for like the business advice.
There's plenty of that.
The motivation.
I mean, I'm not trying to be biased and shady, but I will say that out of all of the Facebook groups that I've ever joined and all of my years of being on Facebook, not being biased, but I feel like our group is the only group that really is so well-rounded, like the wealth of information, not just from me, but we have some really big industry pros who are in there, and the advice that you get in there for free 99 is top 10. I will never charge for that group, so don't ever think that I will never put a price on it. So come one, come all.
I don't know. One evening we should do like a maybe a session on there, like an interview on there, or have a conversation.
Oh, there's plenty of people you can interview in there as well. Plenty.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can definitely. That's what's up. So speak briefly about the Anais J Beauty Airbrush Academy, because that looks hot. I like that. That's cute.
Yeah, so that is also being rebranded as well to Anais J Beauty Airbrush Academy. But that is where I teach all of my babies about the wonderful world of airbrush. For those of you who don't know, I am a primarily airbrush artist. I actually designed my own airbrush machine. Let me show you my baby.
Look like.
So this is my baby here that I designed. She's being rebranded by name as well. But the Airbrush Academy is where it's a more intimate setting where I teach everything from needle to nozzle sizes, how the different formulas, how to mix, how to build and design skin, the whole nine. So it's a very exclusive group, but I'll be relaunching that in a couple of, hopefully by the beginning of next year. Once everything is finalized.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So it looks like, you know, from the outside looking in, you know, looking at different makeup artists, MUAs, that, you know, bridal parties are like a very, you know, it can put you in a very good place, you know, financially, right?
Yeah. So
can you talk about what your first experience was like when you did a bridal party?
Wow. My first wedding was in 2011. And it was a lesbian couple. So I had to do 2 brides.
Salute.
Yeah, it was, but that was one of the best weddings I've ever done. They were so nice to me. And I think that's what tricked me, now that I think about it, because I thought that every experience for bridal was going to be like that. That was a lie straight from the pits of hell. Yeah. That was probably one of the best weddings that I've ever had. But I can't even say that. I've had some pretty dope brides and, you know, bridal parties. But when it comes to the bridal industry, there's a lot of money to be made. Like I mentioned before, when I first started, I want to say I probably charged her like maybe $70. And to me, that was like charging like $1,000. But it was one of the greatest experiences. And that kind of like made me realize this is definitely something that I want to do continuously in my career. I want to be able to provide brides with an experience, not just makeup, but definitely an overall experience.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing. All right, cool. So let the people know how they can reach out to you for booking.
Right now you can email me. Everything is listed in my bio, the links to all of my emails, websites, booking links, everything you can find in my bio, because there's a bunch of different names right now. And I'm getting old now, I remember y'all. But everything is all linked inside of my bio.
That's what's up. And how could I forget this? Where are you from? Let the people know where you from, where you was raised.
Brooklyn!
Okay. So you was born and raised in Brooklyn.
I was born and raised in Brooklyn. My mom is from Barbados. My dad is was Bajan and Panamanian. So yeah, I'm a little mixed mud, but I am a Brooklyn girl through and through. I'm surprised I haven't said I boom not once during this live. I've been trying real hard not to. Like, don't say it. Nice, don't say it. That's my go-to.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
She said boom.
Somebody said boom, right?
I already know. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's what's up. So listen, all of y'all, make sure if y'all not following her page, follow her page, follow her Facebook group. Thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you. You know, and like I told everyone earlier, if you want to see this full interview, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, the Big Picture YouTube channel. It is in my link in the bio. Okay, so make sure y'all do that. And listen, I look forward to speaking with you again. We're gonna stay in contact. You know,
definitely.
And, make this full circle, make it happen.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Thank you
so I'll talk to you later. No problem.
Bye, guys.
All right. Take care.
You too.